Do you feel like you ever struggle to truly understand what someone is going through or what someone is thinking, especially as you ask them questions? Well, if you've ever been frustrated with this, as I have and many others, keep listening. Whether it's personal or professional, we've all had situations where we're trying to help someone uncover a problem or a truth or an answer, and yet we can't seem to get there. And this is where miscommunication happens all the time, especially in the workplace. It happens with audiences, it happens with loved ones. One of the principles that we teach at our workshops and events for world-class communication has to do with what I call the law of three. What is the law of three? Well, basically, the law of three means this. It's not until the third or latter question that we start to uncover the truth, the core of what this person is truly thinking or feeling. So you say, well, what does that mean, Marcus? So let's just use an example. Let's say that I'm a manager of a marketing department and I want to have a sit-down interview with one of my employees, one of my team members that day. And so I say, how do you feel about working at the sales line? And the marketer says, I feel like it's going okay. Now, that was the first answer, but you're never gonna, again, find the truth, the core usually, in that answer. So I respond with the next question by saying, okay, so it's going okay. What would take it from being just okay to being great? What's missing? And then the response might sound like, well, sometimes I feel like I'm spending a lot of times doing things that are not necessarily my passion or my strength. The obvious response then is, okay, so where do you feel like you're spending most of your time right now, and where do you feel like you should be spending your time? And let's say they say, well, I'm spending all my time doing SEO analytics, but in reality, what I really want to do is I want to do strategy, content strategy for our clients. And then my question is, well, why is content strategy so important to you? And then we start to hear the answer, because the response is, because I feel like when I'm doing content strategy, I'm really making a difference. I'm having a true impact long-term on the client. And that really gets my juices flowing. So then I'm able to say, so what you're telling me is, if we put you in a position where you're working more on strategy and you're having more of an impact on clients, do you feel like the job here is going to go from okay to great? And then the person says, that's exactly what I'm saying. Start off with saying, just okay. And we got to the core of the issue. That's just an example. But we see that throughout all of our lives. And that's the law of three. And so the next time you are having a conversation with someone, don't just hear the first answer or the first response and leave it as is. Ask yourself, how can I go deeper? How can I peel back this onion? Because once we start to peel it back, that's when the magical moments occur. That's when we have what many of us might call a breakthrough. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And that, my friends, is world-class communication.